I was taking a diarrhea.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was
That's like
rough.
peeing out of your butt.
Yeah, it was exactly like peeing out of my
Do you
butt.
still
That's what
have
it felt like.
diarrhea?
Diarrhea is
That's
my
childish.
main form of pooping. That's how I normally poop.
Yeah,
A solid turd is.
Men's poop is too hard. Having poop that's too soft is for babies, dude.
Well, then call me a baby. That's where I'm at.
Right.
I think it's my excellent diet.
What did you have for
lunch?
lunch?
I had.
Tell us
I
the
had-
breakfast. Let's do breakfast.
Let's
Start
go
the
through
day.
start the day.
I did have something for breakfast. What did I eat for breakfast? I think I skipped breakfast and I went straight to lunch and I had
Okay.
spaghetti for lunch and then I had like 4 bowls of Apple Jacks.
Were you
And
home?
then-
First thing
Yeah,
you
I
put in
was
your
at home.
body.
Oh yeah, I got fired from my city job. Yeah.
No
so
way.
Yeah, way.
What happened?
What the fuck?
You're not gonna believe this. I was too
Because
embarrassed
of
to
the
say, but
podcast.
no,
You
no,
are
no.
always getting fired from your job.
I have been fired from almost every job. Okay, so
You
I
get
went
fired so quickly. This is so
I-
not surprising.
I thought government jobs are like really hard to get
I
fired from,
I
too.
thought they were too. I was in my first 6 months of
Okay.
probation.
Yeah.
So I went for a breakfast sandwich. I was hungry. I went for a breakfast sandwich at about 9 o'clock. Okay. I was there for maybe 20 minutes getting a breakfast sandwich, hopped in my truck, went on to my job. A citizen called the city manager's office and said I was there for 45 minutes and I just sat in my truck and did nothing. And yeah. And then so I got called in the office and they said I took an unsanctioned break. Like a month and a half ago, they brought me in there and I thought everything was chill. I thought everything was okay. And then they fired me last week.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it sucks big time. That was a great job. I blew it. I couldn't believe that over a fucking 20-minute break.
Why I don't understand why that person like narked on you.
Why
what
they
is-
want to mess with my money? I don't understand.
Why
would
can't you
do
take a
that?
break and get a sandwich?
Because it was first of all, it was too early. It was too early. You can only use the truck to get your lunch between 11:30 and 1 o'clock. I didn't read the fucking thing close enough, I guess. I didn't know you can't use it for your morning break. They also claimed that I was there for 45 minutes and it was not my technical break time. Break time is actually at 10:30.
But who cares if you're there for 45 minutes?
Yeah, who cares? Exactly. But apparently they care and they're like, well, we're ending your probation and that's it. You're done.
Oh, because you're on probation.
Yeah, you can't make any
that's like-
mistakes.
Damn.
I'm fucked. I blew it. Now I got to find another job. Sucks. Yeah, so that's it. I'm unemployed. Fucking blew it. Blew my career over a breakfast sandwich.
Sorry, dude.
That's all right.
The
Don't worry about it.
the food is your. It's like you're.
I've
You
never
are. You
seen a
are a
pattern.
junkie. You're a junkie for food.
That is true. That is very true. Yes, I just
And you're,
stopped to the gas station and bought
What's-
two home run pies. I ate one. I'm gonna save one for after. Save one for after
What's-
the podcast.
What's a home run pie?
you don't know what this is? A home run pie is the cheapest fucking baked good you can buy at a gas station. I mean, they are awful. I
They were
mean,
$1.
Hey, come on, they're the home run
They've
pie.
been-
What are you talking
they've
about?
been
This
a
is
dollar.
celebration. Like
they've been $1 since I was 8 years old. It's something I used to buy when I had a $2 a week allowance. A home run pie, and they were gross. They're
It's a 7-Eleven brand home run pie. They're delicious. I had a birthday cake flavored one and an apple pie.
so wait, it's not even the real
pretty good.
brand. It's not like
They
the
don't
wax.
They don't have those. They have the 7-Eleven version of a home run pie. There's no home run pie brand home run pies. No.
It makes the McDonald's apple pies taste like fucking like a French baked good. Like
Yeah.
it's so waxy and gross.
Yeah, it was.
Mikey.
That's awesome though.
I'm
Sorry,
eating
bro.
away my sorrows. Yeah, it's all right. It happens. I get fired from most jobs, so I'm used to it by now. I'm really good at finding jobs.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so I got that going for me.
You were on. You had. You're on
On
a
a
gravy tray. Gravy train with biscuit wheels.
I blew it. I fucking blew it. My job was so easy.
I
blew
can't
it.
believe this person narked on you. You should find out who they are and bite their
Kill
head.
them. Yeah.
Stab them and bite their head.
You got to be a DMV employee. Those people are sticklers for rules.
Ugh.
You got to be like government. That's the whole thing of a government job is that you're angry, unhappy, and you tell people what to do and you follow
know-
every rule.
You know the thing about how you know, yes, you were in your truck, the truck. You shouldn't have been in the truck for 45 minutes, but it's like you had to have through food and stuff, and like that may be a crime, but it's a crime of passion.
Yes,
You know?
exactly. And if you're
It's-
looking for you're looking for a new job, I got the best job for you. Why don't you go downtown?
Oh yeah,
Start walking the streets.
I know. Yeah, we know what you could do.
Put a little blonde wig on, blue dress.
I believe that's all done on the internet now. I don't know. You got to be pretty low on the totem pole to actually walk the street.
You should be
Have you?
Japan Blue, Mike. That
Oh,
should be
that's
your
a good
name.
one.
Diarrhea blue.
Oh.
Do you guys know what China Blue stands for? This is my theory.
Okay,
The heroine from American Gangster.
nice.
No. Isn't it
No.
The Denzel one. That's the Denzel one.
did any of your grandmas or moms have china, fine china?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And it's that blue color on the white.
Mm.
that's her.
That what is
She-
this your theory? What are you talking about?
She's the
That's what
white
China
on the
Blue is, right?
She said it's from. Didn't Anthony Perkins say it's from Charlie Chan or something?
Charlie Chan is like a 1930s detective who was a white actor playing a Chinese guy, and there was like a series of films probably books.
Yeah,
So
that's what he said.
I don't know.
Anthony Perkins.
I don't know if his character is reliable. He plays a paupers addicted reverend. I don't even know if he's really a reverend.
Mike,
But,
think of how much little time you would have been in that truck if you were hooked on poppers instead of food.
I know that would have been. I could have probably just done it in the truck on the way.
Was it at least a good breakfast sandwich?
Yeah, it was. It was.
There are no secrets in the dark. There is no act that cannot be committed. In Women in Love, he crossed forbidden boundaries. In Altered States, he explored the unknown powers of the mind. Now he explores the most provocative power of all. A woman who lives in two worlds. A man who must lose himself to possess her. They are strangers. They are lovers. They are outlaws. But their crimes are crimes of passion. The star of Body Heat and Romancing the Stone, Kathleen Turner. Anthony Perkins creating an unforgettable role of menacing power. And introducing John Laughlin. Never before have two adults consented to so much. Crimes of Passion, the most talked about movie of the year.
Crimes of Passion, 1984, directed by Ken Russell. China Blue, the character played by Kathleen Turner, she's not even on drugs. She just likes to hook because she likes the degradation. She's just into it.
No, I thought she said she likes she could be someone else when she's being a prostitute.
But her regular day job is great. She's a designer at a cool fashion company in
She wears
downtown
cool
LA.
clothes. But yeah, it's like she's like, I get to be someone else and perform, and it's like, no, you want to be an actor. You don't want to be a prostitute. You don't need to do it.
One of
this
the
way.
characters, she performs as is a woman who gets raped by her father, and this guy literally chases her around the block, chases her into her like skeezy hotel room, and then he just rapes the shit out of her. And then afterwards, she's like, "Oh, that was fun."
Yeah.
So
She's
it's
an
like,
actress. That's called being an actress.
and then her life is like normal. She's like rich. She drives a Mercedes. She doesn't need to do this. That's an
This is-
important part of this movie is that
Mm.
she doesn't need to do this. There is no need for
Okay,
money.
okay.
There is nothing.
That's the power of a good wig. Mike, you need a wig.
She did look good in the wig. Something about that wig did do it for me.
I'm very
Okay.
surprised. I thought you were gonna really
Look, there's not going to be any.
degrade this woman. You
There's
would
not going to
never
be
know.
any good, like thick Latinas in any of these stupid movies we watch. So I just have to kind of settle for what we've got, and for what we
Gamey
got,
white
she's-
ladies.
She's all right. She's all right.
Gamey.
She
Love a
is
gamey white lady.
She probably tastes gamey.
She's Kathleen Turner. You know, it's cool that she made this movie in like Body Heat before Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where she played the voice of Jessica Rabbit. And it's like when they were casting her as Jessica Rabbit, they're like, oh yeah, she's like a really horny slut in those other movies. It would
Oh,
be
yeah,
like
and people, yeah.
it would be like casting like Paz de la Huerta after like Enter the Void or something. Michael, do you
As-
know who Paz de la Huerta is?
No, and I don't have my iPad in front of me.
I think
Oh,
that's an
my-
okay comparison, but
I think
also,
you would
like-
like her.
Kathleen Turner has like a pretty
Has-
recognizable voice and stuff
P-A-Z.
too.
Yeah, she has the husky voice.
Oh, all right,
Husky
all right.
voice. So yeah, like the adults, it's, you know, this is
Oh,
Who Framed
no.
Roger Rabbit. No,
This Paz de
Or
la Muerta
Paz?
girl is busted. No. Jessica Rabbit's hot. She's like the hottest cartoon there is. Other than maybe like Lola Bunny
Hell
or
yeah, dude.
something.
Lola Bunny.
She's pretty hot.
what about Bugs Bunny when he's wearing a dress,
That's different.
or the little red? What's their name? I'm gonna see. That looks
Little
cool.
Red Corvette. What about the Iron Giant?
Oh yeah,
That's Paz
That-
de la Muerta or whatever.
So like she
Yeah.
was really hot for a period of time, and then she like went completely insane.
Is she white or Latina? I can't tell.
She's mixed.
she's like Spanish or something, right?
Oh my
I
God.
knew a woman who ended up being her personal assistant because so Paz de la Huerta, I think she was in this movie Enter the Void, which a lot of people like. It's a cult movie from the director Irreversible. Then they cast her on Eagleheart, the Chris Elliott show. Okay, but Paz de la Huerta is like kind of insane, and apparently there's an actress on Eagleheart who was on Strangers with Candy, the girl with the red hair.
Yeah,
And Paz de la Huerta would say like, I don't like redheaded girls. They're witches. They're like evil. I don't want to be in the same room as her.
oh, she
And-
was really. She actually did go insane. That's cool.
yeah. And then
About
like,
witches.
and
Nice.
then she like went into the hospital for exhaustion or like drugs or something, exhaustion. And then this assistant woman was like taking care of her and because she liked her. And then like one day Crispin Glover came to visit her in the hospital, and then he was like very nice to her. He's like, "Hello, Paz, how are you?" And he just was like, he would like dote on her, and then she would just be like out of it, like
How do you
rambling,
know that story?
rambling incoherently. Because I met this woman who ended up being her assistant for a while. It's just one of those LA things where like I also knew a woman who was Michael Madsen's assistant, and his home life. Like a lot of these celebrities want assistants because their like lives are a mess, but they're not even responsible enough to pay the assistant or earn money. So this one time, Michael Madsen paid this assistant with a laptop. He just gave her, he's like, here, all I got is this laptop. Here, take the laptop. And then like his ex-wife called her and was like, he can't give you that laptop. That's not his to give out. That's like my laptop or my kid's laptop or something. And so,
oh, a child's laptop. That's cool.
yeah, I hear about these stories because there's all these people who moved to LA and they're in their early 20s and they end up with these random ass jobs. It's like when you first come to LA, the most random shit happens.
Yeah,
Or you
when
run-
you're at the very beginning. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like I know a guy who actually met a woman who was in the movie Crimes of Passion. He actually met Annie Potts.
Yeah,
And
that sounds very interesting.
He had a great story about meeting her.
Bob. I don't want to
What?
put.
Annie
I'm not
Potts is
trying to
cool.
put.
She
I'm not
plays.
trying to put Andy on blast. Okay.
She's in Ghostbusters. She's in
Yeah, I love
that.
Janine.
She's in lots of stuff. She plays Bo Peep in Toy Story.
Now,
But this
I'm
guy said
surpri-
he was at a
Oh, boy.
party and she got out. She was in swimwear and she was flirting with him. And what I find, but nothing happened.
Why
There
you
was
doing
no flirting back. There was no. What I
That was
like
work.
about
That
this
was
story
work. No,
is that
but-
this guy didn't kiss and then told. It's like he did a don't kiss and tell. And
Hey,
I think that's a good story.
yeah, I'm more of a don't kiss and tell guy. But hey, Lord, hey, look, that was private. So I guess it's not anymore. But
She's a flirtatious, beautiful
was-
woman.
yeah, she looks good. You know, I was in like 26, 15, 14 maybe.
Pre-Trump, interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
pre-Trump, I would not hit on Annie Potts, but post-Trump, it's like, come on, baby, it could be the end of the world.
is
Oh,
she like
yeah,
a
you
big
gotta go
Trumper
for
or
it.
something? I didn't
Let
know
me
that.
bust. It's like the world might end. Let me bust that ghost.
You got it.
You know.
That's why you wanted to bring this up so you could tell your joke.
I wanted to do my
Busting
don't kiss and
ghost.
tell joke.
Okay.
Look, sometimes you tell me things I'm private on message. It's going to be on the show. Okay. This is a crime of passion. Right.
That was a crime of passion from you. You were
Secrets.
passionate about it.
Eat Us Alive. That's what this movie's about. It's about a guy. He's married to Annie Potts. This actor looks like Adam, which I think is cool. This
Oh,
guy
yeah?
reminds me of Adam. He's a
This is
dude.
a
He's a white guy.
handsome Dude, yeah, this is a good, handsome dude.
Tall.
Also buff.
Tall.
And
Kind of dumb.
Thin face, like a long face,
come on, motherfuckers. He's a
good
hunky
hair.
Tiny
guy.
pe-
Say he's a
tiny-
hunk, and me too. Yeah, we're
Hilarious
hunky guys with
magician.
tiny penises.
Great. Can do great bits at parties.
Oh yeah, I do. That's my go-to is pretending.
He
to be
likes it.
penis.
Although this guy did kiss and tell. He kissed Annie Potts. Although she's not into
Put a
him.
ring
His
on it.
marriage isn't going well. So he's like a surveillance guy. And he gets this job at night. This is something you could try, Mike, being private detective, following
Ooh.
people. But he followed
Yeah, I will
He's a-
be good at that.
That's
he's
not-
hired to follow Kathleen Turner, and his boss says or this guy who hires him says, I run a fashion company. Someone is selling secrets. This woman she works too hard. She's too professional. I don't trust her. You have to follow her. And so then he follows her and finds out she's a prostitute at night. And then he gets fixated on her. And then
Yes.
he's like, do I like my wife, Annie Potts? Do I like Kathleen Turner? And that's sort of the general conflict of the film. And then also there's this priest played by Anthony Perkins, who's like a complete maniac in the movie, totally unhinged, but it's a good role for him.
He's great in
Eh.
it. He's the best performance, I think.
I love Anthony
In my
Perkins.
opinion.
He's a great actor. He's really one of the all-time great movie stars. I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his son directed that movie Longlegs. That's his son, Oz Perkins. And so there's been all this talk of Anthony Perkins on Twitter recently and just all these stories. And did you know when he got married in the 70s, all his friends were like, you're fucking crazy, dude. What are you doing? Why are you marrying a woman? And then they would talk to the woman. She was an actress to be like, why are you marrying Anthony Perkins? You know he's gay, right? Like this is, and then she would say like, no, he wants to be with a woman. He wants to have a family. He wants to have kids.
Oh, is Anthony Perkins good and notoriously gay or whatever?
He's like a
Yes.
fag hag, a reverse fag hag.
He's, I believe he
What is that?
is just
Can you
the
explain
first
it?
part of that expression, not the second part.
It's
All
just
right.
He's the first syllable of that rhyming expression.
Hey, he's not a hag.
No, that's the second part.
Yeah. Come
So,
on, man. Don't say he's a hag.
so
Is this another bad word or something I'm not picking up on?
No, she's the hag. She's the can't say this word. She's what you said.
yeah,
All right.
she's
All
the
right.
FH. He's just the F. Okay,
Yes,
so
H, baby.
Okay.
so they had a bunch of kids, but Anthony Perkins, I guess, would cheat on her. I don't know. And got, I think he did. He die of HIV. I think he might have. Right, like early '90s.
Are you were sure this guy's gay?
Anthony Perkins, yes. And
Sounds
so,
pretty gay.
and then
He's always wearing
The wo-
dresses and stuff in movies. You know what I'm saying? What's the deal
yes,
with that?
Psycho. The woman he married died in 9/11.
Of
She
AIDS?
was on. She was on the plane. She
gave
flew
her
it.
AIDS,
She
damn.
hijacked. She flew. He married
Oh, he
Muhammad
was in
Atta.
ISIS. Yeah,
No.
dude.
So Oz Perkins' parents died in tragic ways.
Wow, she really did die in 9/11. Damn. AIDS and 9/11, those are like two huge things.
Oh yeah. So
Poor
that's like the
Oz.
Forrest. That's like the bad luck Forrest Gump.
That's how you get a mind as twisted as the man who made Long Legs. A movie
He's
I
like
haven't
Forrest
seen.
Gump's son. His mom died of AIDS, or his dad died of AIDS, and his mom died in 9/11. If Forrest Gump died in 9/11, that would have been so fucking funny and so appropriate.
Should make a sequel.
Yeah, that honestly like kind of feels like the perfect ending because he's a part of every like pop cult or like,
Yes.
cultural moment in America. And then America kind of died in 9/11. So it's like, get Forrest in those towers, dude. Or I don't know if maybe he's on the plane.
Lieutenant Dan. They would.
Yeah,
Lieutenant
ISIS
Dan.
convinces him to fly the plane. And he does a really good job of it. Everybody's like, "Oh my god!" But then they're like, "Wait, no, Forrest, this is bad."
He's like, you should fly a plane into the World Trade Center, Muhammad Atta. Think of the fuel. If you went from Boston or Washington D.C. and it was to West Coast, you could just fly that right into the World Trade Center. All that jet fuel.
Oh, he inadvertently masterminds.
Yeah,
9/11. That's cool. That's what
like when he inspired John Lennon to write, Imagine.
Yeah, totally.
But Crimes of Passion. This movie, I like this movie. I think this is a fun film. We're doing L.A. Sleaze movies. Open discussion. What did people think of this movie? Did they like it? Do you like it?
Mikey, what do you think?
I thought it was boring. I turned it off after 20 minutes of watching it. And then I watched it again. And I mean, it doesn't seem like anything super groundbreaking. It looks like shit. The acting's okay. I don't know any of the actors. It's just.
That's always
You never seen Psycho?
Now I recognize who that guy is. But I don't know. I didn't get it. I know I'm.
What about
always
Kathleen
down.
Turner? You like her?
After I looked her up on IMDb, then I recognized who she was.
So you think she's a hot lady?
Out of all the women in this movie, which is like her and the one ugly girl that doesn't want to have sex, obviously, I mean
that's the one that I
the one
did
lady
not
that
get.
Annie
may look good full
Potts.
size. Yeah, Annie Potts just doesn't want to fuck and is extremely ho hum. So I mean,
I liked
not,
that she. It was nice to see a guy whose wife didn't want to fuck him. It's like it was nice to see myself represented on screen. You know what I'm saying, guys?
So compared to her, yeah,
Wives. Just a little joke about wives. But
What?
I thought this movie. Well, I appreciate that this movie is doing crazy shit and stuff like that, and it's kind of about stuff. The script is pretty good, like pretty good in parts, I think. I'm not a big Ken Russell guy.
Yeah,
Okay?
this is the guy that made Where the White Worm.
Yeah. I like the
It's a
Devils.
lot.
The
It's
Devils
it's
is
very
cool, but
it's very similar to Lair of the White Worm. This is his 80s run. Like before this, he made Altered States. That's a big budget studio movie. Um, it's very high. It's very expensive. Lots of visual effects. William Hurt's in it.
I just really
The acting is more. I guess you would say it's better. It's more dramatic. It's more serious in tone. And then after that movie, he just kind of was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make these low budget, trashy little theatrical movies."
theatrical.
And
They're
they're
like
like half
plays, kind of.
plays, half
Yeah.
movie, and it's like this: Crimes of Passion, Gothic, Salome's Last Dance, Lair of the White Worm, and it's like it's just loose, and he has so much more control, and he can do things, and no one can tell him no. So it's really wild the shit he does. So
You know what? This movie felt like I was trying to think about this movie because it's pretty like silly.
oh
It's a
yeah,
pretty
so
silly.
it's a
silly-ass
silly
movie.
film.
Super silly. And
It's comedic. It's tongue in cheek.
tongue in cheek, exactly. Yeah, because I feel like I was trying to think of like this is like what's this fucking weird movie? Like Ken Russell's weird style, this tongue in cheek and everything and stuff. And this feels like a movie that like if you were our age when this movie came out, you would go like see it on like a date or something like that. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a movie is like tongue in cheek because it's trying to play to like adults that are on a date. Back when like movies were for adults, and that's what like adults went and did. You know what I mean?
You're like a hipster in LA. You're like, let's go see the new Ken Russell movie.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you got I don't know. It's like this movie's unique and pretty wild, but I just didn't I don't know. I'm just not a Ken Russell dude.
Right on.
Too cool.
Agreed.
This movie also feels like it's like about sex and stuff, but it feels like it's made by people who never had sex.
What? I disagree with that. I get this. That's something I said on the Russ Meyer episode,
Oh yeah,
which was
Well,
the
that's true. Also true, but yeah.
Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. I think Ken Russell does have sex, and I think he's comfortable with people having sex, and I think he's comfortable making fun of sex. And I can see why it's not played to be erotic. Nothing in this
Yeah.
movie is erotic. That's one thing. So but I think
Trying
that
to
kind
get
of
a
gives
boner.
I think it gives it strength because it knows it's silly, it knows it's theatrical, and it's more about like the desperation of loneliness. Because it's like, what's a really erotic, like an erotic movie in the 80s? There's so many bad ones. There's this movie, Wild Orchid, with Mickey Rourke, where he's just constantly banging this chick in like Brazil. And the movie is so serious, and
Yeah.
it's
Sure.
all these sex scenes, in a limo, and there's all this like, it's really hard to actually make a movie erotic. Very few people can pull it off. Very few movies could do it. Very few actors or actresses can pull it off. Like, I guess Paul Verhoeven's good because he always cast Sharon Stone, and so it's like Total Recall. She's hot. Basic Instinct. She's hot as hell. Like it's like very
This is-
rare to get someone that sexually confident and who is capable of not looking silly.
That's another thing too about this movie for me was that like I don't find Kathleen Turner hot
At
to put
all?
it plainly. No, not really.
Like below a 5
Jesus Christ, I don't.
on a scale of 1 to 10?
I mean,
Hold on. Come on. Let me show you something. This is ridiculous, Adam.
I'm just saying, and I also thought the guy was he kept doing weird mouth things. So I was very like,
Now, the guy's you.
I know. Maybe that's
You
what
don't think this is a hot woman?
I
Look, I
Oh,
googled
Jesus. Look at her with
Oh,
a
there's
walking
multiple
stick.
pictures with the cane.
Kathleen
my
Turner.
God.
Google Kathleen Turner 2024, and you'll see a beautiful woman.
Holy moly.
All
That's
right.
rough.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. Okay. She's pretty hot.
With a
Aged
nice
but it's
gracefully.
in this movie. It's
cane,
not.
with a cane,
Like
and I like her.
orthopedic shoes.
She's orthopedic shoes.
This is it's pretty fun to
Skechers
make fun of an old
orthopedics.
lady. Yeah,
Look, she's 70 years old.
I'm talking about in this movie.
Well,
Like,
oh,
what about the sex scene between like her and the guy when they have sex like halfway through or whatever?
and it's like shadow play.
Yes.
Yeah, but before the shadow play part is kind of cool. But like,
You like? Oh, okay. When she takes off his socks or whatever and sucks on his big toe, don't you think that's kind of hot?
No.
I do.
I'm not
you
into
really
feet.
do?
Yeah.
You really do, William?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she seems
Um,
like I actually believe this like she's actually into it. And I can't believe it. I can't believe this actress who was nominated. Was she nominated for an Oscar in Body Heat? It's like, I can't believe she made this fucking movie. She said this was the best movie she's ever made, the best experience she's ever had making a movie. She loves Ken Russell. Like all
Oh,
these
good.
actors love making these movies with Ken Russell. Like they can't.
I bet I could see him being a fun, light guy, you know? British. Very charming accent.
I guess.
Yeah, like
I'm just trying to
this is what it's all
I don't
about,
know.
dude. Take your clothes off, have a good time, run around naked.
but like why is he playing such idiotic music? And
What?
the music is completely idiotic. During like the sex scenes, it's like,
Hold on. This beautiful keyboard music.
can you play it?
I'm gonna play. Well, I got I was watching some clips of the guy who did the music. He's the keyboardist in the band Yes. You got to
should
see
be
some
a
of.
keyboardist in the band. No,
Do you know what?
you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what Yes?
Oh.
Do you know what Yes is?
Yes,
Do you?
yes.
What's your favorite Yes song? No.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So Yes is a
Yeah,
progressive rock band. Okay.
Oh, progressive, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So think of 1970s progressive. The guy who did the music is named Rick Wakeman.
Cool name.
William's gonna play a song from the band Yes, I think.
We got to share the sound because this is so funny. Listen to what he calls this guy.
Thank you. The original wizard of the keyboards, Mr. Rick Wakeman.
The original wizard of the keyboards.
What a title! Oh hell yeah!
Look at that keyboard. He's got like 4 of them.
It's got like 7 of them.
Looks like Kathleen Turner now playing the keyboard.
Take that back.
No, he looks cool as hell. So does she.
1, 2, I think maybe 9 keyboards.
Jesus.
It's a medley. You can skip ahead.
It's cool, but like I'm trying to,
Oh, he looks great.
trying to fuck to this
You
music.
couldn't
Looks
fuck
like-
with this song?
He looks like a cat person from
He looks like Michael McKean in This Is Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Melted.
I'm more of a John Tesh round ball rock kind of guy.
Ooh,
For
that's
guys that
nice.
look like that, that's my guy that looks like that. So yeah, I would have loved for this movie to be sexy. Isn't that movie kind of sexy and erotic in like a way that's not silly? Yeah, this is my guy.
He's playing. This is the NBA theme song on NBC.
There he goes.
Look at this dude rock.
Round ball rock.
What I don't get is why is he dressed like a high school senior taking his photo in the yearbook? What is this?
classy. He's like
That's a-
opera.
Goes well
Senior
with his
prom.
fucking cool goatee.
He's wearing a vest.
Hey, but this song came back, by the way. They're using the song again now
On what?
on the NBA stuff. So It's a classic.
NBC or something, CBS.
This is the kind of music I want to have sex to.
No, it's not.
It's not.
These horns. Come on, you need a keyboard. You need a nice synth.
Anyway,
Go to
well,
sex music.
Yakety sax.
Sublime.
Hell yeah,
Sublime.
bro.
Arrest Me Down.
Well, I mean, sometimes I was Drake, but now I feel a little funny. Funny playing Drake.
Drake. It's fucking. You can listen to a man.
I don't play
rap.
music. I know that is kind of gay, isn't it? It's like he's in the corner jacking off.
Yeah.
You know. No, I gotta listen to like
Two Live Crew.
Aaliyah or something like that. No,
Sade.
then I'm reminded of death.
R. Kelly.
That's not good. R. Kelly, honestly, is probably the guy. That's
Isn't
probably
he?
the best music for having sex. Unfortunately, he did all those things.
The remix to Ignition.
Hot and
That's
fresh
a good
out the
one.
kitchen.
What about not Trapped in the Closet? Unfortunately.
No, that's just the finest hip opera ever made, but not really fucking music.
It's not good, but fucking music, yeah. But
Do you think he was a good fuck? I wonder. Probably. That's the sad thing about a guy like that.
dude, he got Aaliyah. What are you talking about? He snagged Aaliyah. He put a ring on it when she was 14 years old.
What about Jet Li?
Did Jet Li put a ring on it?
He fucked Aaliyah in that movie also.
He tried.
They didn't fuck
People
him.
tried
I
to
never saw it. but
People
they didn't-
tried to kill him.
Oh, he was trying to fuck Aaliyah, so people were trying to kill him, and that's a cool basis for a martial arts movie. So this is Chinese guys trying to fuck Aaliyah, so there was
In
like,
San
"Get outta
Francisco."
here."
They're
Yeah.
like,
And
the
Aaliyah-
Chinese
Al-
gangs and the black gangs are fighting in San Francisco. There's
Oh,
no
Aaliyah's
Romeo must
black?
die, of course.
Oh,
It's Romeo and Juliet. So,
Yeah.
but hey, this is not a sexy movie. Your girlfriend said it was gross.
She thinks it's gross. I think this movie is fucking cool as hell. I think it's funny. I guess it's also like you have to be a real pervert to like this movie. This is not normal sexual stuff. This is pervert shit, and it's
I
like
love
that
the-
appeals. That appeals to me. That weird dildo with the.
Oh yeah,
See, as a pervert, I find the dildo in this movie to be underwhelming. I think it needs to be scarier because she says like that's gonna kill me. It needs to be like a real
Knife
Tetsuo
or
Iron
something.
Man drill penis, dildo.
Remember
But
in
that's like-
Lair of the White Worm? She's got like a scary penis at the end.
I like that one.
Strap on. Okay, that's a penis you like.
That's a penis that could kill a man. So yeah. I love the scene where they introduce Anthony Perkins and it's like he's in a peep show booth.
Yeah,
and
this
there's
is
a girl
awesome.
dancing in the middle and the cameras pan around. You see all the guys staring. And then it cuts to Anthony Perkins, or it doesn't even cut. It just pans to Anthony Perkins doing poppers. And
And
then
he's watching her like he's like freaking out.
there's a wide shot. And then you see like one guy is dropping tissues on the ground.
gross.
He's got to pick those up. I hope he picks them up before he leaves.
Oh no. The workers pick it up.
Mike,
That's
hey,
your-
there's
your-
a job. There's a
your-
good job for you.
You're paying for the service. You know, you're paying for the service to clean up after you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're paying for like it's like being pampered kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do
There
that
is-
job, but there's no peep shows. Where are you gonna go to a peep show around here? There's no peep shows around here.
Where'd all the peep shows
Well,
go,
now they
guys?
have OnlyFans,
Yeah.
cam whores. It's all in line. There
They-
is only one porno theater in LA.
We
it's
gotta
the-
go before it closes, guys.
It's the
Let's do a
Tiki
trip.
Theater.
Is that where Fred Willard got arrested at?
Fred Willard was arrested here.
Damn. Free
Masturbating.
Fred.
Look at these pictures. They only show gay porn. I don't know if that's going to be a problem.
Well, hey, whatever we
Um,
gotta do. We gotta go see
but
it. It's for the history. You know what I'm saying? It's
it's
not
span-
for the movie itself. It's for the
We're reading the sign. It
go.
says prohibido fumar, no alcohol, no abren
actividad
el
de-
pantalón or el zipper, no
know what's-
actividad des sexuales.
What's
Yes.
Abra? No open?
Open, I think, is Abra. Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah,
good.
open.
This next picture is the English version of that. No sexual activity. Do not open zipper and pant.
What about my pants? You didn't say that.
Hey, what do
it's
you?
a cool
This is like
photo. Just the
this
back-
feels like entrapment, kind of. You're gonna send
Nice.
Fred Willard in there.
Or there's a
and then
picture of the
fucking tell him
back.
to not
The
open his
Yelp-
zipper and pant.
You got to check out the Yelp for Tiki Theater LA. We're looking at
Oh
the
my God.
bathroom in the Tiki Theater. No soap, no tissue, no privacy, opioid, and smoke free. And it's just a dirty floor with a Coke can on the ground and some guy's gross ass feet.
Bottle and soda. $1 Corona beer. The guy's
The
like
si-
freaking out about the.
The
That's a pretty
sign
good
said
deal.
no alcohol.
Oh wow. See this? They're sending mixed messages at the Tiki
This
Theater.
guy in the Yelp, Jermel J says proof that the person charged my card twice after lying to me and saying that he did it. So this guy likes Dave's Hot Chicken, seems to go there a lot. So I heard
Oh,
about the
nice.
Tiki Theater. You pay like for 4 hours or 8-hour chunks, and you can leave and come back. So it's like you can leave and smoke meth or like leave and hook up with a guy and come back.
This guy had a good time.
This guy has a shirt. Or has his pants. He has jizz on his pants, on his jeans. It says
From the inside, it looks like.
ambiances. This is Gaybo's photo.
Gaybo.
Gaybo. Isn't that a Hands Across America t-shirt?
Oh,
From
yeah.
That's not-
That's from
Also,
us.
I'm noticing the long hair in that picture. Gaybo has a nice, beautiful locks. We're looking at the Yelp picture. Oh,
Oh,
There you go,
Lord.
Mike.
Bruna.
Bruna?
L. Hey, that's a woman's name. Yes.
I remember when I was in San Francisco as a teenager, there was a gay porno theater
Yeah.
on Mission, at 16th and Mission. I remember driving by it with my dad and reading it had a little marquee, not too big, kind of small, but you could read it and it said Men in Back. And that was the movie that was playing.
oh, okay.
That's a good
It's Men in
title.
Black. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, Men in Back. Yeah, that's good.
Is that we got to look up this
Goddamn.
movie.
Sometimes gay porn titles really just like jump out at you. You know what I mean?
I never
That
forgot
one-
it.
That right. You make a movie called Men in Black, you better, be ready for somebody to immediately make a gay porn called Men in Back.
I don't think you should Google Men in Back gay porn unless you want to see a black guy with a giant dick fuck a white guy in the ass.
Oh, Will Smith fucking Tommy Lee Jones Smith. Are they in the suits? and
I
stuff?
guess that is appropriate for the movie.
But that never happened in the real movie. I don't know what the.
Agent K.
He
You better
makes
wipe
us
my
look
memory
good.
after this.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I got you, bro. I got you.
So the red light, there's like so there's more like porno theaters in this movie in that than there are now, of course. But there's kind of like a strip, it looks like that they shoot a lot at. Like this hotel that she goes to and stays
It
at.
looks like a fake ass set.
You think?
They just
Yeah, that's
dressed
what I
like a
thought, too.
block. It looks like a block they dressed up because they're in downtown and it's in the arts district. It's where they shoot everything. It's where they shot like To Live and Die in LA, Shakes the Clown. It's that same area of all the warehouses. Crazy Gideon is right around the corner.
Of course.
So it's just a fake porno strip. I think the real porno theaters were in Hollywood in the 80s. I think that's where all the hookers were. Downtown was kind of dead.
Yeah,
But-
so but I was noticing that the red light, these streets with all these porno theaters are in the movie, they're pretty bustling. You feel like these were bustling back in the day? Were the streets bustling?
Probably it's probably the thing to do is go to the porno theater, get a hooker, and
It doesn't. It's not like Vice
buy some
Squad.
crack or something.
Vice Squad, I think it was more the era of the Hollywood strip. You know, like you go there, you get a hot dog and you get a hooker,
Hmm.
catch
That's
a
like
magic
Costco.
show. Exactly. We should talk about this guy's magic trick because when he does a hot dog magic trick with he has like his high school buddies coming over for a barbecue, and he pulls down his pants, and there's a hot dog covered in mustard.
That's his magic trick.
That's his first joke. And then his wife, Annie Potts, is like really mad at him. And then he does another one where he dresses up like a penis. He's in his boxer shorts and he has like two large balls around his ankles. And then he comes outside and he makes like a face like he's a dick, like about to come. And then he just spits up like a bunch of milk or something.
Yeah.
And everybody's
goes
laughing and
wild.
having fun. And they're all supposed to be like they went to high school together.
And he won't shut up about the gag. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you like the penis gag?" I'm like, "Oh no, here comes the penis gag." Oh,
And his wife's like,
HP, they call it human penis.
yeah, the
It's-
HP.
You're so immature.
I mean, those scenes with like the friends with the grilling hot dogs and he was taking pictures and stuff like that, like
They work for you?
those were terrible.
What?
Those scenes were terrible. This movie is like, this is the thing about this movie. This is made for adults to go on a date at this time in the 80s or whatever. But you would be if you're a fucking cool, normal adult, you'd be watching this and be like, this is like idiotic and made by like
A cool guy, like a cool artist, like a real artist. This is
that's
Ken
what he was-
Russell. He changed cinema forever. He
How did he
filmed
do
the
that?
first British penis in movie history. Come on.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I mean, I would say this movie's challenging. You know, it challenges society. It
I re-
challenges God. It challenges everything, man. This movie is fucking. This movie is punk rock. It sticks it to the man. And if you don't like it, you're the man, bro. That's all.
I'm not the man. Okay, I do like it.
What about that nice? See, like that scene is goofy. It's silly. The actor is like naive. They said they cast that actor because he just had a naive quality. They turned down Patrick Swayze,
Ooh.
and they Jeff Bridges wanted to do the role.
They turned
And he's-
down Patrick Swayze.
Jeff Bridges was like, "I'll do it. I make $3 million a movie, but I'll do it for $1 million a movie." And they're like, "We can't do that. That's like, we can't afford
Maybe
that."
Patrick had a similar situation.
But they like this guy, John Laughlin. He's not really in much else. After this jokey barbecue scene, then there's this really long single take dialogue scene with him and Annie Potts talking about their relationship
Yeah.
that goes from being like, "Oh, this is kind of awkward, it's not working," to then like moments it gets like it feels very real. It is that feeling of watching theater
Mhm.
where not everything works, but then you're like, whoa, like I didn't know they had that in them, or like that moment was like pretty good. Like I always enjoy that kind of raw emotion.
That's cool.
I love seeing
You're an
raw
emotional guy,
emotion,
so
raw emotion on the
yeah,
screen.
you love that stuff. I was
He's
thought it was
like, "Don't you want to know what makes me come?" And she's like, "I don't care." He's like, "How can you say that?"
That was deep.
Oh,
That was,
I
that
take
hit
it
hard.
back.
yeah, totally.
What makes you come, Adam?
Oh, lots of stuff.
Drake?
Drake, you know, What do you, Patrick Swayze? Patrick Swayze in this movie would have been amazing. That would have been
I
a
know.
big difference, I think, honestly. So, and
If it-
also Kathleen Turner, somebody else. Somebody else.
Hotter? Someone hotter? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I was having trouble getting into the
Why don't
sexy
you like
stuff
Kathleen
'cause
Turner?
I don't find her. I don't know. It just doesn't.
Come on, rate her.
I don't want to rate a human being.
What, you can't fuck a lady with a cane and some nice orthopedic shoes?
She's a
White
good looking
face.
70s something year old.
Do you like the voice?
I mean, I don't care. I don't know.
Do you?
Uh,
You
what
just
is
don't like
this,
an independent
the
woman.
Adams
huh?
opinion show?
Yes.
What makes you
Yeah.
come, motherfucker?
Getting hit by a bus.
You got oh nice.
Fucking cheese sandwich, slide your dick right in, a little bacon,
Oh God.
a little
Mayo.
hot sauce to
Little mayo.
that fucking I get that guy. What's that one? Chalupa. What's that hot sauce?
Oh, Cholula. Tapatio.
Cholula. The Cholula chick, she's pretty good. I'm thinking the Tapatio
Oh.
guy.
Chiquita Banana. That's a woman.
She's hot.
The sun-made raisin lady.
Oh, the Land O'Lakes butter chick.
Oh, I was just about to say that. What about Aunt Jemima?
She's hot.
Aunt Jemima's thick as hell, dude.
That's MILF territory, but you know, that's fine.
We can get into that.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Come on, that's disgusting.
No, she thick.
No.
Mike's
you don't
right.
even have feet.
You don't need feet, man. You do
You don't
love to
gotta.
suck
You don't gotta
toes.
fuck her feet, unless you want.
Gotta
You're
to.
fuck
trying to
something.
suck some toes. You're trying to
Syrup
suck
all
some-
over you. No
Mm,
thanks.
Yeah.
I'd rather fuck Uncle Ben.
Cool.
What about the cream of wheat guy?
I missed what a great time that we
Mr.
got to grow
Clean,
up
of
when they're
course.
like the mascot's just a black guy. Yeah. A black woman. Man, that's a mammy from Gone with the Wind. Yeah. Why don't they change that? They can't. Brand.
Can't
So
do that.
shrug.
We got all this stuff printed out.
And then George Floyd died, and they're like, we're changing all this. They're done. They're gone.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we'll change it now. They should have just made her like even thicker. Instead of getting rid of Aunt Jemima, they just should have made her like really, really thick. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
Maybe they could make like a dark syrup for black people, and then like a lighter syrup for white people, and have different
I
mascots.
like this idea.
Have both mascots, so you have both.
Segregated
Segregated
syrup.
syrup.
Syrups.
It would be fair. It would be fair.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
And then
Options.
you're gonna
People
have to
want
have an
options.
Asian syrup. Then you have to have an Indian syrup, and you're gonna
Yeah.
Scandinavian
I like this.
syrup.
Now you know why these are the kind of hurdles that you run into when you run a syrup company.
Don't we have the best
Canadian.
syrup?
Canada.
Canada's got to have better syrup.
Canada's
They got
got
all
the
those
best syrup.
trees.
All our syrup is high fructose corn syrup.
Well,
It's bogus.
we
man.
have good syrup in Vermont, right? Up there,
Uh,
New England. There's got to be some.
William.
Yeah,
This is, come
that's
on,
a
man.
small. I mean, Canada's huge. Canada's.
You know what
huge,
they
man.
got? You know what I like? Speaking of Canada,
Canada's like
what
10
they have,
Vermonts.
what Canada has, and what we don't. There's a great scene where China Blue is picked up by these two rich people. She's like, "You got a radio?" They're like, "We got whatever you want." And then she says, "Health insurance." It's like, oh
I
yeah,
appreciate that joke.
they got health insurance in Canada, but our prostitutes don't have health insurance.
Damn, even back then they were doing that. God. They were making jokes about universal healthcare in Canada and how great it is in the 80s.
Is prostitution legal in Canada? Gotta be.
William left the room.
Now what are we going to talk about?
He's just like chugging a bottle of syrup right now.
Probably feeding the cat.
Yeah, I had to feed the cat. Like, Well, don't forget the director's English. He had healthcare. Yeah, they had healthcare in Canada.
Did
But
they
it's
have
just like-
prostitution in Canada?
Answer the question.
I heard they have it. They have brothels in Montreal.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
fair.
I've heard, and
Bustling.
then I've heard they have 16-year-old strippers in Canada, and guys in Michigan would. They say they like cross the border
Uh-huh.
to see that.
Right on. Right
Where'd you
on.
hear that?
So, you don't need to know. Better podcast than ours
Oh, nice.
about
they talk
Michigan
about-
and Canada.
Yeah, they talk about crossing the border to see underage prostitutes. Sounds like a riveting podcast.
That's a cool podcast.
Underage strippers.
My
Underage
fa-
by American standards.
So yeah, I don't love.
Women or sex or independence.
Agreed.
Hey. Why you gotta be like that? No, I'm saying. So I don't. These are the things I don't love. Not the thing that you just said, but the stuff we've already covered. But I do like I like Anthony Perkins in this movie. I like the preacher stuff. Kind of feels like R. Crummy a little bit when he's like in the peep show booth, like sweating and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
He's
that's
just got a
fair.
great face. He just has this.
Good voice too.
He has this thing that like a lot of actors of his generation have, where they were like they were teenage actors, child actors, and they grew up on camera and they just nail it. Like they just know how to look, they know how to stand, they know how to present themselves on camera in a way that
And the character is
this
good too.
goofy guy can't. This
Yeah.
goofy guy is uncomfortable in his skin. He doesn't have a lot of experience, and they're kind of exploiting him.
The
But
movie
Anthony
is
Perkins-
exploiting him.
Yeah, when he's in his underwear coming out of his mouth, like doing that joke. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, they're making like the movie's making him do degrading things.
He's
Well, I
not
don't like
confident.
that.
Well, he's not confident. Well, that's the character. But like, you don't like that.
I don't like. Why would they do that to him? He's an act. Trying to be a professional,
Because they're
It's
mean
me.
British people. Or English.
but they're making
like,
an idiotic, stupid movie anyway. That's like
well, they don't want Patrick Swayze being fucking cool.
that would have made the movie good.
No.
This is insane. I
You
can't.
need a
believe they turned
naive
down
guy
Patrick
to play
Swayze. I'm
that
getting pissed.
character.
I kind of hate this motherfucker, Ken Russell. Honestly, after this Patrick Swayze thing, I'm starting to hate this
You
guy.
don't like Patrick Swayze.
He would have been so good in this. He would have been funny, but also like very sincere and good and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like inadvertently funny and stuff. I don't like Ken Russell. That's it.
Wow. Shots fired. What happened? He's mad. He
What?
turned his camera off.
Is he that mad?
He's crying. Look, Patrick Swayze is a very talented guy. His career worked out. I mean, he's in Dirty Dancing a few years later, and he's a fucking movie star. Ghost.
Okay, I'm back.
You
Calm
would have
down.
rather Kathleen Turner sucked Patrick Swayze's toe.
Yes,
Would have been hotter, that's for sure.
it's got some hot ass toes.
I appreciate this big dumb idiot guy.
Hey, stop! Already said that this guy is like me.
I like that it's a guy like Adam, and he's stupid, and he's into this whore, and his marriage falls apart. I think that's cool. I believe it. I believe this guy's sexually naive. He's been with the same woman since high school. Patrick Swayze would be like, "Oh, he's fucked all girls.
I get what you're saying.
He's
Well-
not sexually fulfilled." I mean, obviously, he would just leave Annie Potts.
But hey, so like, but like,
Also, this is weird. I looked up Annie Potts. She's not even from like New York or New Jersey. She's from the South. She grew up in Tennessee and Kentucky. That's a Southern accent.
oh,
That's weird.
don't talk about my girlfriend. Dude. It's not
Don't
weird.
kiss
It's
and
cool.
tell.
don't kiss. um, but I don't know. I actually think that this is like a weird because you know something I realized that's off about this movie. I couldn't put my finger on it for a little bit, then I realized, you know what this movie's missing? Pimps. There's no pimps in this movie. She's out there moonlighting as a prostitute and just gets to do whatever she wants and doesn't get like hassled by anybody, and she like runs the show and shit like this.
No protection. You
Yeah,
know,
she goes to
who's
this
gonna bail her
hotel.
out of jail? What if someone doesn't pay?
What do you think about that?
I think it would complicate things. I like the serial killer aspect. I like Anthony Perkins following her home.
A pimp
I
would
like
make
her
that
being
tricky.
stalked. I think that's a real problem that they deal with. I don't know. I mean, it's no Vice Squad, right? That's what we definitely agree. Vice Squad is the superior film. The real deal, realistic film of the prostitution. I don't know. This one's more of a cartoon, but the pimp is not a cornerstone of this genre. They're in a lot of these movies, but they're not in all of them. One of the great pimps, of the 80s is Joe Pantoliano in Risky Business. Great
Yeah.
pimp. Obviously,
Well-
Wings Hauser is our great pimp. The Black Pimp, I believe Morgan Freeman played one in a movie called Street Smart. I haven't seen that one yet, but apparently he plays a pimp and he drinks Yoo-hoo and has like a switchblade. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I would love to see a more three-dimensional pimp. This is something that movies are afraid to deal with. They always turn
Sure,
the pimp
sure.
into a cartoon character.
What about the Mac?
That's the greatest pimp film of all time.
There you go.
It's the basis of Scarface. So much of Scarface is just lifted from the Mac. Also shot in Oakland. Yeah, the Mac is a great film. One of my favorites. Although
Awesome.
So anyway,
What are we rating this film?
I give this movie 4 stars. What about
Oh,
you?
you're crazy. 2.5. I can't think of anyone that I would recommend this movie to.
What
Like,
about your
I'm
girlfriend?
I'm
Mikey,
trying to
done
think
it
in my
again.
mind who would I
Your
recommend
sister.
this movie to? I would recommend this movie to anybody. Hey, you want to watch a
Recommend it
stupid
to your
movie
old
about
elderly father.
Oh,
You like
my
Kathleen
God.
Turner?
Yeah, I'll be oh, you like Roger Rabbit? Well, this lady's she's in another movie.
I like this
know?
movie because it's like there are all these guys. See, like Adamson's like, oh, this is like a date movie. This is not a date movie. This is a movie for pervy
It's a date movie.
losers
What do you mean?
who want to
It's a date
who want to
movie
see
if you're-
nudity, and then
It's
they
not
go to
ero-
the
it's erotic.
they go to
It's
the
not
movie
erotic
theater and
movie.
they watch this. They're like, what the fuck is this weird,
Yeah.
like retarded movie? And then like some guy's renting it on video, like a teenager. He's like, oh, this is about a prostitute. It's gonna be really sleazy. And then they're watching this like bizarre British theatrical
Right.
movie. I mean, this is one of our
You just
great.
like people getting tricked.
Well, this is
Horny
a
guys getting tricked.
this is a
It's pretty funny. I guess.
it's a
It's a
tricky
date
film.
movie.
I love that. I love a Left Turn. I love a British. This is one of our great British filmmakers, maybe the greatest British filmmaker. I put him in the running. I really do put him in the running for greatest British filmmaker of all time.
You fucking
David
idiot.
Lean. Okay, maybe he's better.
Did
Powell
he
and
ever get guys
Pressburger.
horny and then trick them?
They're good.
Did they get guys horny and then
So
trick them?
Powell and Pressburger, yes, they made Peeping. Well, Michael Powell made Peeping Tom. That caused. That's a movie.
Oh, Michael
that caused
Powell
that-
is from who made Peeping Tom is from Powell and Pressburger, who made
Yeah.
like the Red Shoes and what's the Nun movie?
Black Narcissus.
Like, wow, that's crazy.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Come on, bro. Yeah,
What, am I
Pressburger
supposed
does.
to
I
know
don't know.
everything? What are you fucking talking about?
You're the fucking host of Men on Film. Now, I don't even know what Pressburger
Co-host.
does. I think he's a writer.
He
So-
presses burgers all day. That's a that's
Okay, we got
he
David
earned that
Lead,
name. It's not
Michael
a birth
Powell,
name.
and then Ken Russell, and then like Nicholas Rogue, and him and are around equal.
Hello, you're well. What about like Charlie Chaplin or Alfred Hitchcock?
I think of them as
Idiot.
Americans because they mostly worked in America, although Hitchcock, of course, made movies in England. I don't think of them as British filmmakers.
What about
Patrick Swayze.
yeah? I think it's cool that this did make me appreciate. We were talking earlier about the Jessica Rabbit stuff. Like that is really good casting for Jessica Rabbit because parents are taking their kids to the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and then they see Jessica Rabbit, and Jessica Rabbit is like a very
Hot.
hot thing, and like the movie knows it, and everybody's like, holy fuck! Like everybody in the audience is like, whoa, this is like a real. That's a powerful. That's a great like opening character scene. You know what I mean? Like her introduction is like really effective and make it everybody's like, oh, like just staring at him like Bob Hoskins and all the cartoons are like, and like the audience is doing that too. But then like knowing that the parents are recognizing that voice as being like Kathleen Turner's, and
Body
they think she's
heat.
a hot lady and stuff, and they, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you got a lot of dads with like sweating and their dry mouths and stuff,
Yeah,
and they're just like,
it's a great point.
and their kids are like, "What's this? Where's the rabbit?" You know what I mean?
They're
that's good
hooting
casting.
and hollering and taking a hammer and smashing themselves in the head.
Yeah, the tongues are
Ooga.
unrolling.
Eyes popping out.
Okay, so I added 4 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 divided by 3. That gives us 3 stars. So I think it's a good rating for this movie. This is a 3-star.
Hey, you didn't talk about when she fucked that cop.
Oh, come on, Mike. You don't like that?
It was all right, I guess. What was I supposed to like about that?
When she's jamming this nightstick up this cop's ass
Yeah.
repeatedly, and then at the same time it's intercut with Anthony Perkins in this room filled with candles and like a picture of Jesus with her face on it, and he's playing with his dildo and he has like blood on his hands. And
That's pretty
then
crazy.
at the end
Also,
of
they're
the scene,
intercutting it
hold
with
on,
like, well, they're intercutting that sex scene with like
painting is an
images
art.
of like photographs of like cops being fucking harassing black people and
Perkins.
And
Aunt
then-
Jemima
and
and
then-
Mrs. Butterworth and stuff.
And then at the end of the scene, she's like, "Hey, there's soap in the bathroom. You can wash yourself off." And then the cop just spits on her face, and then it cuts to her washing her hands. I mean, that's a great moment. That was cut from the theatrical version. That's like, you guys are privileged to see that. A lot of people, when this movie came out, if you read the reviews, like Roger Ebert, he says so much of this movie has been cut out that there's no sex. Like, I don't even understand what the
Oh.
point of this movie is. So you guys are lucky you got to see the unrated version.
I feel privileged.
Now, Mike, you told me you're getting tired of sleaze films.
I'm ready for a new genre or something. This is just
It's
What
just making
genre?
Mike find Jesus.
But
seeing
you
all
love
these
Kinjite.
whorish women and their whorish ways is just.
What about those pimps? That's a great pimp.
Yeah,
Kinjite?
Yeah. Who was the pimp in Kinjite?
The fucking awesome guy who ate the watch.
Oh yeah. Yes, I'm sorry. I forget these movies almost immediately. I've always already forgot this movie.
Kinjite is better than this movie, I would say.
Yes. What is the point of this movie? Oh, that this guy likes this prostitute and
It's
It's
too
about
stupid.
love. It's about
yeah,
sex.
I mean,
it's about what turns you
yeah,
on.
It's just dumb. Yeah, you would take your girlfriend to see this if you were Travis Bickle or something. I mean, it's not. It's not. It's not. I don't get it. My lady would not like this. First of all, it's in English, but other than that, I don't know that she'd really like it.
Your lady doesn't speak English.
Not a lick.
Hell
She
yeah.
did just learn something. She said, "I sleep here." Like, oh, that's so cute. Like, that's a good one to learn.
I like this movie.
Do you speak the languages she speaks?
Yeah, I speak broken Spanish.
Oh, okay. Spanish. That's cool.
We got requests.
Was this a requested movie?
No, this is LA Sleaze.
This is a
movie.
Willie
Oh,
pick. You could,
I
I
can't-
could tell. I
yeah,
know
why
this
do
is a
we-
Willie pick, big time.
I thought you guys would like this movie. I thought you would think it was cool.
I don't like this guy.
It's all
Huh,
right.
we got a lot more to
Stop.
watch.
Stop doing this.
80s, a lot more 80s Ken Russell. Now that I know you don't like it.
Come on.
The next one is a user or a listener request.
We got Long Legs and Siege.
Long Legs,
think-
the new movie.
I think it might be out by the time this weekend happens.
Who's the biggest loser?
I mean, Annie Potts. That's, I mean, come on.
Yeah, what's her deal? Why doesn't she
She
want to
gets
fuck her
dumped.
husband?
Remember when she's like, I'm making a dinner with all your favorite vegetables.
Yeah, I was sitting there being like, what could possibly be his favorite vegetable? What does that mean? I've never heard that sentence in my life. So,
I mean-
so I don't know. Do you think it's like, so you're saying like even that line is like supposed to be tongue in cheek? It's like so
Of
ironic.
course.
It's just, come on, motherfucker. Like how much? I don't
This
like
is
it.
not
I
like
don't
this is not like a incompetent filmmaker. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. That's the thing. He's just so
But some of his choices are pretty stupid and bad, though.
no.
Like the theatricalness of it, and like
Theater
the
is a
music
beautiful
that he
theater
puts
is
on
their
stuff.
tradition in England. That's what they're good at.
Maybe it's like maybe it's a cultural thing.
Yeah,
Maybe
that is their culture. They are the best at theater of anywhere in the world.
No, I'm saying maybe they're like the humor and stuff is kind of like lost in translation a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, you
Mike's-
don't like
Mike's
Peter
girlfriend
Greenaway.
Didn't laugh at any of it. She
Yeah.
didn't understand what was going on at all.
You don't like Peter Greenaway movies. You don't like
Who's that guy?
Cook the Thief, the Wife, and Her Lover.
Oh, hey, I just discovered a new Kevin Spacey movie that came out in 2024.
Yeah, I saw this cover. This
Peter
looks good.
5'8".
He's like an assassin, like a
Yeah.
sniper. It looks like a Steven Seagal movie.
Hell
And
yeah.
Rebecca De Mornay's in it. Speaking
Oh,
of
cool. Good. She's back, baby.
risky business.
Anyway, well,
Okay, so we
So-
watched. Let's talk about our Sleaze. We had a fun LA Sleaze event. We watched Star 80, Kenjite, Vice
Let's-
Squad,
come back to it.
Crimes
no
of
big deal.
Passion. What's our favorite
Kinjite.
over Star
Hell yeah,
80?
dude.
Yes.
With that
Star 80?
ridiculous shootout at the end in the docks.
That's the good
Uh.
part. Yeah, it ends at does Star 80 end at the docks? No, motherfucker. Kenjite. I wouldn't mind seeing Charles Bronson with his top off though. That guy's in good shape.
Mr. Majestic.
Oh yeah, that's how he got the name.
What's funny is Charles Bronson made one of these movies every year in the 80s. There's so many of them. There's one we talked about it a little bit, 10 to Midnight. I would love to do that one, but it's so similar to Kinjite. That's the one that's based on Richard Speck. He's fighting a guy that is basically Richard Speck.
Well, who's
Adam
Richard
Ar-
Speck?
What? You don't know Richard Speck? He's one of our all-time great serial killers. Now, Richard
Okay,
Speck
okay. Sounds
broke
like-
into a nursing school dormitory and killed like all these nursing students.
Oh man, those are essential workers.
Okay.
God
What-
damn it.
And Richard Speck, we talked about this before too. I can't believe you don't remember. My favorite thing, Richard Speck in jail. When I was a
That's your favorite
kid,
thing.
one time I'm watching PBS, flipping through the channels,
Reminder of Richard Speck. The disturbing video in which Speck discusses the murders
and then I find this video of Richard Speck playing. Yeah, you hear it, right?
and shows 1996.
Is Richard Speck the
Chicago
black guy or the red
journalist
white guy?
No,
He's the
there's
white
a
guy.
White guy with
uncovered a
tits.
grotesque reminder of Richard Speck.
I saw this video as
in
an
which Speck
8-year-old
discusses the
boy.
murders and shows
Richard
evidence
Speck
of
is
his
like
bizarre
topless with
life
these like
behind
giant
bars.
tits, and they had like a giant mosaic afterwards over that giant mosaic over him. They're just talking about killing women, And I was like, what is this video? Why are they
Why does he have
videotaping?
such juicy boobs? Why does he have amazing juicy tits?
Lack of remorse.
And then they start doing like heroin and coke, and they're doing all this like cocaine. It was like one of the sleaziest things I've ever seen.
You watched
So I'm
this
gonna
when you
say
were 5 years old? What'd you say?
like 8 years old on it was on PBS
Oh, nice.
on
This is
some
what-
like
How are they doing drugs? This is not in jail. This is like before
And I
jail.
no, this is when they're in prison. And then I talked to my mom. I'm like, Mom, what is this thing I saw on TV with this guy on drugs and this other guy is like they're doing coke and he has breasts. And she's like, oh yeah, when that tape came out, that caused a big sensation. It was like a big scandal. I think so. I'm gonna say the Richard Speck in jail video is the number one 80s sleaze movie of all time.
I thought you were gonna say that was the number one movie that fucked you up as a person because you saw it as a child.
No way, dude. I love
Could
it.
be that
And
too.
like, I think he's in Chicago, a prison in Chicago. There's this story that Tom Sizemore told on the Opie and Anthony show when he talked about making Natural Born Killers. He said they shot that whole ending in Natural Born Killers in a prison in Chicago, and that after Attica, this giant riot that had happened in New York, they decided we're just going to let the prisoners do whatever they want because we can't police these people. So we're just going to let them do drugs and we're going to let gangs organize themselves. And so Tom Sizemore said when they went to film Natural Born Killers, they had to go into the prison and then talk to a guy who was in a prison cell with a couch and a TV and like a stereo. And Oliver Stone had to be like, "Hey, I want to shoot a movie in your prison. Is that okay? Like, can we get permission? And will you work with us and allow us to shoot scenes?" And he was like, "Okay, cool, yeah, whatever, you know."
Nice.
And so the gangster like sanctioned that. And then apparently, Natural Born Killers, those rioters and that whole scene in the lunch or like the cafeteria, those are just real prisoners.
That's cool.
Did he
So-
get paid?
No.
Oh, come on.
They didn't even get background rates.
They
Damn,
got to meet Woody Harrelson.
that's like a payment in itself. That hey, remember? I'm trying to look through my notes real quick. I noted when Anthony Perkins, he kept calling Kathleen Turner weird things. He called her a douchebag. It was a weird instance of like a man calling a woman a douchebag, which you never hear. Also, she calls her a cocksucker, which is another.
They also
weird
say
thing.
holiest of holies, just like
Yeah,
Kinjite.
holiest of holies. There should be like you gotta make a letterboxd list or something of movies that say call a vagina the holiest of all. By the way, that's what I call my butthole. So
And they also
can-
say that in Pulp Fiction during the foot massage.
if you're a guy and you're like, damn, I wish I had a holiest of holy, you do. It's your butthole. So
If only you could have told that to Annie Potts, she would be like, "Well, that's very erotic.
no,
I'll have to remember that."
Annie, sorry about these idiots. They don't
I
know
love
what-
her.
I
Corvette
don't
Summer,
know.
she's a babe.
Yeah, I think
Designing
she's an
women.
attractive lady. Oh yeah, she was on Designing Women.
She's
She's
old
no
and
Kathleen
busted.
Turner.
Mike's more of a Delta Burke guy. There's a thick actress from the 80s.
Mike likes Sexy Red.
How's Sexy Red doing, dude?
Delta Burke. Who the hell is Delta? Oh, Jesus Christ. Sexy Red's looking good.
Quick, find a
Yeah.
picture of Sexy Red quick.
Ice Spice is looking
Did you-
busted. Oh my god.
Did you see?
It's terrible.
We got
I
to
love
check
these
in with
movies.
Mike's opinion about Ice Spice.
I love these movies so much. Like I wanted to rewatch Grim Sleeper. That's how much I love L.A. hooker movies.
I never,
Sleeves.
Like
never heard
The
of it.
documentary about the Grim Sleeper, or there's like a
Yeah,
movie
have you
about the
seen
Grim-
that?
Yeah, it's great.
It's so fucking crazy. The Nick
Yeah.
Broomfield made it. He's
The documentary. Yeah, I saw that.
he makes documentaries where he holds a boom mic and a camera at the same time, and it does like his own one person. He did the one about Tupac being killed, and he does not get to the bottom of it. He makes a lot of movies, but the Grim Sleeper documentary is incredible. It's all in South Central and Compton.
The one where he
He's real
filmed all his friends talking about him and everything.
Yes,
Yeah. I saw that one. Yeah, it's good.
prostitutes. It's made for HBO. This guy killed some like 50 or more. He killed a lot of women, and then the LAPD would just classify it as like not a homicide or just like like work related death, like they're prostitutes, so they just die. So they never investigated anything, and he racked up crazy amounts of numbers. I think he died in prison recently. He's pretty old, but just some great
R.I.P..
prostitutes in
Just
that
good.
movie.
Grim Sleeper, friend of the show.
You would have loved our Star 80 episode.
Oh yeah, good stuff. All right. Hey, you know what Grim Sleeper is guilty of? Crimes of passion.
That's right.
Tying it back. And we're back. So, would you prostitute yourself for money or for like to express yourself
For
creatively?
$50.
Which one would you do? Would you do it? I know I'm talking about the gay prostitute version. Would you do it for money or to
Wow.
like, so you could be other people? What's your choice? If you had to get prostitute yourself, and I mean the gay version.
I take the money. I'd rather have the $50. I would not take.
You don't want the creative expression.
I'd be
'Cause you
like,
could-
I'll just go to Best Buy, dude.
You could take
Oh,
the
after
$50,
you get 50
but
bucks?
also get the expressive side of it
Dude.
too. You would never know. You just
I'm
take
just
the
saying-
money.
But you have to
It's-
pick one.
No,
Well,
you
the
pick
money.
both.
The money. Yeah, the
Yeah,
money.
the money.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm more of a
Weirdo.
creative guy, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. I know.
Oh, everyone loves a fucking contrarian. It's such a likable thing as a contrarian.
No, it's cool. William had a good answer. You be a gay prostitute, and then you go to Best Buy and you get a couple of Blu-rays.
Get some video games. Let's
Get a
get
video
some
game, yeah.
Switch game.
Yeah, get the new Zelda.
The sad thing is the $50 wouldn't even cover the full cost of the game, and I'd still have to pay like $10.
You'd have to fuck the guy at Best Buy, one of the geek squads, to
Well, you're only
get the
turning
rest
one
of it.
trick a night. You could do two.
I just go to the Tiki Theater and just express myself.
Dude, you can't open your zipper or pant. What are you talking about?
No, I'll run.
Don't open
All right.
zipper or pant.
Let's end the show. It's a great episode. We had a lot of fun. I picked these movies because they lead to an interesting conversation. That's what
You
it's
did
all about.
You did a good job.
High fives. High fives all around.
We all did a good job, except for Mike had his actual job. He didn't do a very good.
I blew it. Oh my god. I'm just sitting
Hey.
there thinking, what an idiot. What an idiot.
It's okay, man. You'll figure it out.
Why don't
I
you follow
will,
the
I will.
rules?
I can't be contained. That's the problem with such a lax
Can't be
rule set, I'm a habitual line stepper.
Yeah, you
draw a
have
line,
to
I
like
gotta-
go far.
I
Yeah,
have to. I can't. You draw the line.
Do you know Adam? Do you know the story about him getting fired from the sporting goods store?
Nah.
So he got
No,
this
it's
new
okay.
job and he's all excited.
It's
And
okay,
then-
Mike. This is healing. This is part of the healing.
Under his breath, he said, "What? Was it a customer or a person you worked with?"
I was working in the back and I was just seeing like the shoes were divided up by style. So which is the most ridiculous thing. It should obviously
Which
be out.
store?
This is Big Five. This is Big
Okay,
Five.
Big Five.
Is this the sporting? I've only had one sporting goods
Yeah,
other
Big
than
Five.
Sears.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I don't know. I just said some shit like it looks like a woman designed this shoe setup because I knew the manager was a woman and it was true that it was a woman. And somebody heard and complained, and I got in trouble for that. They fired me right after. And what was funny about that is like they brought down the district manager to fire me. So I saw him in the parking lot and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you." He was there to fire me. So then he came in and fired me, and that one I actually
You're
quit.
like, finally a man is here.
Yeah.
I never
The guy
got
was-
fired. I almost got fired
Which
once
one?
at Costco.
For what?
I really fucked up big time. They should have fired.
no.
Honestly, they should have fired me. I'm surprised they didn't. But I was working loss protection. I was the guy at the front door who checks your ID.
Okay.
Costco.
Okay. Oh yeah. The receipt guy? No, the ID guy.
Both.
The
I would
other
do all
side.
I would do all those. I would do that. I would do that. I would do the receipts. I would check, and then they're so boring. This was such a boring job because after I would click how many people come in every half hour, and then I would mark it on a checkboard. And my days were just so
That's
boring.
hard. That sounds really
Yeah.
bad.
And then I'm just zoning out. I'm zoning out. And then all these people walk up to me. They're like, "Hey, Will, did that woman come in with that item and return it?" And I was like, yeah.
Why are they grilling you, dude?
Because she said I saw her. Okay, so this woman came in, put a TV on a pallet, then went to the return area and was trying to return it for money. And she said
That's cool.
that
That's a
guy
good move.
let me in and saw me with that. And then they're
And
like,
then you were
"Well,"
like, oh yeah, I guess.
and then they were like, "Dude, she didn't do that. You're not doing this job anymore." And then they made me a cashier. But I pretty much
Okay.
The auto
I was
answer
super-
should have been no. Always just said no and let them prove otherwise. Why would they be?
I don't
asking you
know.
unless it
I
was a
don't
no?
know.
They're not going to ask you because you did something right.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
I was way too young to have that kind of responsibility. It was a
That
boring
shit
ass
probably
job.
happens 100 times a day. So I mean, they're not going to trip about the one time you fucked
Yeah,
up.
who gives a shit, dude?
Because you weren't actually loss prevention, right? You're just a guy out there. Loss prevention is one that came up to you and bitched at you, right?
Loss prevention.
Yes, but
they're like the
technically I'm in their
officers.
department.
They have like one of the lines on like an All Lives Matter sticker. They have like their own color.
Yellow, right?
They're part of the law enforcement. Yeah,
It's the yellow shoplifting. Yeah.
they're part of they're one arm of law enforcement.
Also, I used to
think they are.
shoplift every day.
From Costco.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So
Of course,
it was-
everybody's doing it. That's why that lady's like, yeah, that guy was doing it. And he's like, you're not all doing this too. So that was a crime
It's-
of passion.
It sucks, dude.
when
Work
it shoplifts.
sucks.
It's all
Easy come,
passion,
easy
baby.
go. Factotum
sucks.
life.
Everybody steals from work. That is a completely normal thing to steal from work. It's America.
healthy.
Did you tell your
actually.
bosses that?
Did I
That's a-
tell them? No, that's something I would tell like a union boss or something.
Yeah.
Not my actual
You
boss.
need to be in a union, Mike.
My job wasn't union, which was surprising. I would make a great union delegate, and I got to figure out how to get that job.
You need to get in a union so you can start getting really
Not
lazy.
be a great
and be
union
way
delegate.
fucking
What
worse.
is this?
You cannot get fired because you're in the union.
You're gonna
I
be a union delegate now?
Yeah,
Like Jimmy
support
Hoffa?
unions. Yes, yeah, I'm a big labor supporter. Something
That's
I believe
cool.
in.
No, yeah, I'm not going to poo-poo that. That's a beautiful dream.
The police union?
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Those
I think
guys
you
are
can do it,
cool.
Mike.